These two common supplements are silently destroying your muscles. You've been taking them faithfully every morning, believing you're doing something good for your health. But what if those vitamin supplements are actually causing harm? The symptoms start subtly: muscle weakness, unexplained fatigue, and joints that just don't seem to recover like they used to. Most people blame it on aging. But research now reveals a shocking truth: two common vitamins, ones your doctor may have actually recommended, could be silently destroying your muscle strength. The most terrifying part? Millions of people are popping these pills daily, completely unaware of the damage they're causing to their body's support system. Those mysterious aches, that weakness when climbing stairs, the strange muscle cramps that wake you at night, it all connects to what's in your medicine cabinet. Today, we're exposing the truth about these so-called healthy supplements and the devastating impact they have when taken incorrectly or in excess. If you want to protect your mobility, strength, and independence as you age, you need to stay with me until the very end of this video. What I'm about to reveal might be the most important health information you'll hear this year, especially if you're over 50 or taking multiple supplements. The problem starts innocently enough, with good intentions and a desire to be healthier, stronger, and more resilient against the effects of aging. You visit your local pharmacy, browse the vitamin aisle, and select bottles promising improved health, stronger bones, and enhanced energy. The colorful labels showcase smiling seniors hiking mountains or playing with grandchildren, images of the vibrant life these supplements supposedly enable. Perhaps your doctor even recommended certain vitamins based on your age or a blood test that showed slightly below optimal levels of key nutrients. What the bottle doesn't tell you, and what many healthcare providers don't fully explain, is that the line between helpful and harmful is frighteningly thin. This is especially true for two particular vitamins that, when taken in excess, can set off a cascade of problems throughout your body's muscular system. These aren't obscure supplements only found in specialty shops. They're among the most commonly recommended vitamins for adults over 50. You probably have them in your medicine cabinet right now, innocently sitting there while potentially contributing to your unexplained muscle weakness. Let's start with the first muscle-destroying culprit, a vitamin that most people associate with vision health and immunity, but can wreak havoc on your muscles. Vitamin A, when taken in excess, becomes a silent saboteur of muscle function, causing widespread inflammation and muscular degeneration, particularly in the legs. While your body needs some vitamin A for proper immune function and vision, excess amounts can build up in your tissues since it's fat-soluble. This accumulation becomes particularly dangerous for adults over 60, as the liver becomes less efficient at processing and eliminating excess vitamins. What makes vitamin A especially problematic is that it doesn't flush out of your system easily like water-soluble vitamins such as B and C. Instead, it stores in your liver and fatty tissues, accumulating over time until it reaches levels that interfere with normal cellular function. The symptoms of vitamin A toxicity often mimic normal aging: muscle pain, joint stiffness, and a strange weakness that seems to affect the legs first. Many people continue taking these supplements, unaware that they're actually feeding the very problem that's causing their mobility to decline. The recommended daily allowance for vitamin A is 900 micrograms for men and 700 micrograms for women, but many supplements contain much more. Certain multivitamins and specialized formulas can contain 300% or more of your daily needs, pushing your levels into the danger zone with each dose. What's particularly deceptive is how some supplements list vitamin A content using international units, IU, instead of micrograms to mask the actual amount. This makes it challenging for consumers to properly track their intake and can lead to dangerous overconsumption without realizing the risks involved. The danger increases when you consider that many foods are already fortified with vitamin A, including breakfast cereals, milk, and orange juice. These fortified foods, combined with a multivitamin containing high levels of vitamin A, create the perfect conditions for toxicity to develop. But how exactly does this excess vitamin A damage your muscles? The process begins at the cellular level, where it disrupts normal metabolic processes. Vitamin A in proper amounts helps maintain cell membranes and supports protein synthesis, both essential for healthy muscle function and repair. When levels become excessive, however, it triggers inflammatory responses in muscle tissue and interferes with the cellular processes that generate energy. This inflammation causes muscle fibers to become irritated and less efficient, leading to the weakness and fatigue that many mistakenly attribute to aging. What makes this particularly troubling is how this excessive vitamin A interferes with bone health by blocking vitamin D and disrupting calcium metabolism. This creates a perfect storm for muscle weakness. Your muscles can't function properly without healthy bone structure and proper mineral balance. The problem compounds because muscles and bones work as an integrated system. Weakness in one inevitably affects the performance of the other. As bone density decreases due to vitamin A interference, muscle attachments become less secure, further compromising strength and functional movement. This explains why many people experiencing vitamin A toxicity report difficulty with weight-bearing activities like standing from a seated position or climbing stairs. These tasks require coordinated action between bones and muscles, precisely the system that excess vitamin A disrupts most significantly. Daily activities like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even walking around your neighborhood become increasingly difficult as this imbalance progresses. What's truly alarming is how this decline is often dismissed as normal aging, or attributed to conditions like arthritis or general deconditioning. The real culprit, the excess vitamin A from your supplements, continues to accumulate, progressively worsening the problem with each passing day. This misdiagnosis means that instead of addressing the actual cause, people often add more supplements or medications, further complicating the situation. But that's just half of the story. The second vitamin wreaking havoc on your muscle strength might be even more surprising, especially for older adults. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, has been widely recommended for seniors to support bone health and prevent osteoporosis. In recent years, vitamin D has been promoted as something of a miracle nutrient, with benefits claimed for everything from bone health to immune function. This widespread promotion has led many people to believe that more is better when it comes to vitamin D, an assumption that can have serious consequences. Doctors routinely prescribe vitamin D supplements, particularly to older adults who spend less time outdoors or live in regions with limited sunlight. Blood tests revealing insufficient vitamin D levels have become commonplace, leading to recommendations for supplementation that often exceed safe levels. What many healthcare providers fail to consider is the cumulative effect of vitamin D from multiple sources: supplements, fortified foods, and sunlight. What they often fail to mention is that excess vitamin D can cause hypercalcemia, a dangerous condition where too much calcium builds up in your bloodstream. This calcium overload directly impacts your muscles, causing weakness, fatigue, and a feeling of heaviness that makes even simple movements exhausting. The muscles in your legs, which bear your body weight and are essential for mobility, are often the first to show signs of this vitamin-induced damage. Hypercalcemia disrupts the delicate balance of electrolytes necessary for proper muscle contraction, leading to weakness that can be mistaken for other conditions. These symptoms typically develop gradually, starting with subtle fatigue that progressively worsens until even routine activities become challenging. Many people mistakenly double up on their vitamin D intake, taking both a multivitamin and a separate vitamin D supplement without realizing the risks. With vitamin D supplements available in doses ranging from 1,000 to 50,000 IU, it's frightfully easy to exceed the upper safe limit of 4,000 IU per day. The problem gets worse when you consider that vitamin D works synergistically with vitamin A, meaning their effects can compound when taken together. This toxic combination accelerates muscle weakness, creating a rapid decline in strength that many mistake for normal aging or other health conditions. What makes this particularly dangerous is how vitamin D enhances calcium absorption in your intestines, potentially leading to dangerous calcium levels. When calcium levels in the blood become too high, tissues throughout the body calcify, including blood vessels, kidneys, and the muscles themselves. This calcification process is especially harmful to muscle tissue, where it interferes with the normal contraction and relaxation cycle required for movement. Imagine your muscles becoming increasingly rigid and less responsive, not from lack of use, but from actual calcium deposits forming within the tissue. This process affects the fast-twitch muscle fibers first, the very fibers responsible for power movements like rising from a chair or climbing stairs. As these fibers become compromised, you notice increasing difficulty with activities requiring quick bursts of strength or sustained power. What's particularly insidious about this process is that it often affects the muscles asymmetrically, creating imbalances that increase the risk of falls. When one leg becomes weaker than the other, normal walking patterns change, and the body compensates in ways that can lead to injuries. Before we continue with more vital information about these vitamin dangers, I want to connect with you and hear about your experiences. Speech balloon. Leave a comment and let us know your thoughts. We want to hear your take. As health-inspired author Michael Pollan once said, "The food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison." Are you currently taking vitamin A or D supplements? Have you noticed any unexplained muscle weakness or fatigue? Share your experience below. Many viewers have already reported experiencing these exact symptoms and found relief after adjusting their supplement regimen under medical supervision. Your experience could help others recognize these warning signs before serious damage occurs, so please, take a moment to share your story. Now, let's talk about how these vitamins interact with your aging body and why the symptoms can be so easily missed or misdiagnosed. As we age, our bodies change how they process and store vitamins and minerals, making us more vulnerable to buildup of fat-soluble vitamins like A and D. The liver, which processes vitamin A, becomes less efficient after age 60. Allowing toxic levels to accumulate even with moderate supplementation. This reduced liver efficiency isn't commonly discussed during routine checkups, yet it significantly impacts how your body handles supplements. The same dose that was perfectly safe at age 40 or 50 could reach toxic levels by age 65 or 70 simply due to these natural changes in liver function. Similarly, kidney function naturally declines with age, making it harder for your body to regulate calcium levels affected by excess vitamin D. This declining kidney function affects approximately 30% of adults over 65, yet few adjust their vitamin intake to account for this change. The kidneys play a crucial role in maintaining calcium balance by activating and deactivating vitamin D as needed, a function that weakens with age. As this regulatory system becomes less efficient, the risk of developing vitamin-induced muscle weakness increases substantially. This creates a dangerous situation where the very supplements meant to protect your health can silently undermine your strength and mobility. Adding to this perfect storm is the fact that skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight as we age. This natural decline leads many healthcare providers to recommend higher doses of vitamin D without considering the reduced kidney function to regulate it. The symptoms often appear gradually: slight weakness when rising from a chair, unusual fatigue after normal activities, or unexplained muscle cramps. Since these changes happen slowly, many people adjust their activities to compensate, not realizing that their supplement routine is the culprit. They stop taking long walks, begin using the elevator instead of stairs, and gradually accept a reduced level of activity as their new normal. This gradual limitation of activities creates a vicious cycle. As movement decreases, muscle strength naturally declines, compounding the problem. By the time more serious symptoms develop, significant muscle weakness, bone pain, or balance issues, considerable damage may already be done. What makes this particularly troubling is how these vitamin imbalances can cascade through multiple body systems, affecting much more than just muscles. Excess vitamin A strains your liver while too much vitamin D stresses your kidneys, creating a harmful cycle that accelerates overall decline. Your body's delicate calcium balance is thrown into chaos, affecting not just muscle function but also cardiovascular health and even cognitive performance. This explains why many older adults experience a constellation of seemingly unrelated symptoms that doctors struggle to diagnose properly. The medical community often fails to connect these diverse symptoms, treating each complaint individually rather than identifying the common cause. This fragmented approach leads to multiple prescriptions and treatments that address symptoms while the underlying vitamin toxicity continues unabated. To make matters worse, certain foods can intensify the problem when consumed alongside high-dose supplements of these vitamins. Liver, for example, is extraordinarily high in vitamin A. A single 3-ounce serving contains more than 6 times your daily requirement. A single serving of beef liver contains approximately 6,582 micrograms of vitamin A, far exceeding the daily upper limit of 3,000 micrograms. Eating liver while taking vitamin A containing supplements can quickly push your levels into the danger zone, accelerating muscle weakness and other symptoms. Other foods high in preformed vitamin A include fish liver oils, which are sometimes taken as separate supplements for their omega-3 content. The combination of fish oil supplements containing vitamin A plus a multivitamin creates a dangerous overlap that many consumers don't recognize. Similarly, fortified foods like breakfast cereals, orange juice, and dairy products add significant amounts of vitamins A and D to your diet. A single cup of fortified milk contains about 15% of your daily vitamin D needs, while fortified cereals may contain up to 25% of vitamin A. When these fortified foods are consumed alongside supplements, the total intake can far exceed safe levels, especially for smaller-framed adults. The danger is compounded by the fact that supplement labels often list vitamins in different measurements than food labels, making it difficult to track intake. Vitamin A in foods might be listed in micrograms, while supplements use international units, IU, creating confusion about actual consumption levels. This confusion leads many people to unknowingly consume dangerous levels of these vitamins while believing they're following healthy supplementation practices. So how can you tell if you're experiencing vitamin-induced muscle weakness rather than normal aging or another health condition? Watch for these warning signs. Unusual fatigue in the legs that doesn't improve with rest, weakness when climbing stairs, or difficulty rising from a seated position. Pay particular attention to symptoms that affect the legs first, as the large muscle groups in the thighs and calves often show the earliest signs of damage. Notice if the weakness feels different from normal muscle fatigue. Vitamin-induced weakness doesn't improve significantly with rest-like exercise-related fatigue. Other symptoms include unexplained bone pain, headaches, dried or cracked skin, and nausea, all potential indicators of vitamin toxicity. You might also notice increased thirst, frequent urination, or kidney stones, all signs that your body is struggling to process excess vitamins and calcium. Digestive issues, including constipation, diarrhea, or loss of appetite, can also indicate that your supplement regimen is causing systemic problems. If you're experiencing these symptoms and taking supplements containing vitamins A or D, it's crucial to speak with your healthcare provider right away. Don't simply attribute these changes to getting older. That assumption could cost you your independence and quality of life unnecessarily. A simple blood test can measure your vitamin levels and determine whether your supplements are helping or harming your muscular health. These tests can specifically measure serum levels of vitamin A, vitamin D, and calcium, the three key indicators of potential toxicity. Be sure to bring all your supplements to your appointment, including multivitamins, individual vitamins, and any herbal or specialty formulations. Many people forget to mention supplements during medical visits, not realizing that these natural products can significantly impact their health. The good news is that vitamin-induced muscle weakness is often reversible if caught early and addressed properly with medical guidance. The body has remarkable healing capacity once the source of the problem is identified and eliminated, allowing muscles to recover their former strength. For many people, the solution is as simple as adjusting supplement dosages or switching to food-based sources of these important nutrients. Instead of high-dose vitamin A supplements, consider eating a balanced diet rich in beta-carotene from sweet potatoes, carrots, and dark leafy greens. Beta-carotene is a precursor to vitamin A that the body converts only as needed, providing a natural safety mechanism against toxicity. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A only as needed, making it virtually impossible to develop toxicity from these natural food sources. This built-in regulation system ensures you get exactly the amount of active vitamin A your body requires without the risk of dangerous excess. Orange and yellow vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, and butternut squash are excellent sources, providing ample beta-carotene without overdose risk. Green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale also contain significant amounts of beta-carotene while providing additional nutrients that support muscle health. For vitamin D, moderate sun exposure, just 10-15 minutes a few times a week provides enough for most people to maintain healthy levels. This natural approach allows your body's feedback systems to regulate vitamin D production, shutting it down when levels are sufficient. Certain fatty fish like salmon and mackerel provide natural vitamin D in forms that tend to be better regulated by the body than synthetic supplements. These food sources come packaged with complementary nutrients that work synergistically with vitamins A and D for better overall absorption and use. If you do need supplementation, work with your doctor to determine the right dosage based on your specific blood levels, not generic recommendations. Regular monitoring is crucial. Vitamin levels should be checked every 3-6 months when taking supplements to prevent dangerous accumulation. Remember that individual needs vary significantly based on factors like age, weight, sun exposure, diet, and existing health conditions. Someone living in a northern climate with limited sun exposure has different vitamin D requirements than someone in a sunny southern region. Similarly, a person with existing liver issues needs more careful monitoring of vitamin A intake than someone with optimal liver function. The one-size-fits-all approach to vitamin supplementation is outdated and potentially dangerous, especially for adults over 60. Instead, a personalized approach based on testing, monitoring, and medical guidance ensures you get exactly what your body needs, no more, no less. This targeted strategy preserves your muscle strength while providing the nutritional support necessary for optimal health as you age. Many people are surprised to discover that their muscle strength improves dramatically once vitamin levels are balanced properly. Activities that had become challenging, walking upstairs, carrying groceries, or even getting out of bed, suddenly become easier again. This improvement isn't because of some miracle cure, but simply from removing the invisible barrier that was preventing your muscles from functioning normally. Patients often report that within 2-3 weeks of correcting vitamin imbalances, they notice significant improvements in energy and muscle strength. Within 1-2 months, many regain abilities they thought were permanently lost to aging, restoring both physical capacity and confidence. The body has an amazing capacity to heal when given the right tools and when harmful factors are identified and eliminated. This remarkable recovery potential exists at any age. Even those in their 80s and 90s can experience significant improvements in muscle function. In addition to adjusting your vitamin intake, certain supportive measures can help restore muscle strength and function more quickly. Gentle strength training, even with very light weights or resistance bands, helps rebuild muscle tissue and restore proper neuromuscular connections. Start with exercises that use your body weight, gentle chair stands, wall push-ups, or ankle raises, to begin rebuilding strength safely. As strength improves, gradually add light resistance with bands or small weights to continue the progressive rebuilding of muscle tissue. Proper hydration is essential, as it helps your kidneys flush excess vitamins and minerals while supporting overall cellular function. Aim for at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily, more if you're active or live in a warm climate, to support optimal kidney function. Anti-inflammatory foods like berries, fatty fish, and olive oil can help calm the inflammation caused by vitamin imbalances and speed recovery. Include these foods daily in your meals to provide your body with natural compounds that fight inflammation and support tissue repair. Adequate protein intake, about 1 gram per kilogram of body weight daily, provides the building blocks your body needs to repair damaged muscle tissue. For a 150-pound person, this means approximately 68 grams of protein distributed throughout the day to maximize muscle protein synthesis. Including protein in every meal, not just dinner, helps maintain a steady supply of amino acids necessary for ongoing muscle repair. By combining these supportive strategies with proper vitamin balance, you can not only halt muscle decline but potentially reverse it in many cases. The transformation can be remarkable, from struggling with basic mobility to regaining the strength and stability needed for an active, independent life. This recovery isn't limited by age. The body's ability to heal and regenerate continues throughout life when given the proper support. The key takeaway from all this information is that more isn't always better when it comes to vitamins and supplements. The blind pursuit of optimal health through high-dose supplementation can actually undermine the very things we're trying to protect, our strength and mobility. We've been conditioned by marketing to believe that vitamins are universally beneficial and that higher doses provide greater benefits. This dangerous misconception has led countless people down a path of unintentional self-harm through excessive supplementation. Instead, a thoughtful, evidence-based approach focused on balance rather than maximization provides the best foundation for lasting health and vitality. This balanced approach recognizes that optimal nutrition comes primarily from whole foods, with supplements playing a supportive, not central, role. Remember that supplements are meant to supplement an already healthy diet, not replace nutrient-rich foods or compensate for poor eating habits. The vast majority of vitamins and minerals are better absorbed from food sources, where they come packaged with cofactors that enhance their utilization. Before adding any supplement to your routine, ask yourself if there's a food-based alternative that could provide those nutrients in a more balanced form. Consider working with a registered dietitian who can analyze your current diet and recommend specific improvements tailored to your individual needs. When supplementation is necessary, choose formulations with reasonable amounts of vitamins A and D, typically no more than 100% of daily values. Look for supplements that list vitamin content in terms you can understand and compare across products, micrograms or international units consistently. Be especially cautious with supplements marketed specifically for eye health, immune boosting, or bone strength, as these often contain excessive amounts. Read labels carefully, looking not just at the primary ingredients but also at the other ingredients section that may reveal additional vitamin sources. Always inform your doctor about every supplement you take, even if they don't specifically ask about your supplement routine. Bring the actual bottles to appointments so that healthcare providers can see exactly what you're taking and in what amounts. This information is crucial for accurate diagnosis and treatment if you develop unexplained symptoms like muscle weakness or fatigue. Regular blood work that includes vitamin level testing is a worthwhile investment, particularly for adults over 60 taking multiple supplements. These tests are often not included in standard panels, so you may need to specifically request them from your healthcare provider. This monitoring helps catch potential imbalances before they cause significant damage to your muscles and other body systems. Consider creating a spreadsheet or using a health app to track your total vitamin intake from all sources, supplements, fortified foods, and natural foods. This comprehensive tracking reveals potential overlaps and excessive intake that might otherwise go unnoticed until symptoms develop. The path to true health isn't found in megadoses of isolated nutrients, but in balance, moderation, and working with your body's natural processes. This wisdom contradicts much of what supplement marketing tells us, but it aligns perfectly with what scientific research consistently demonstrates. By respecting these principles, you protect your muscle strength, maintain your independence, and support genuine health and longevity.